morning, you lovely lot. It's the first time I spoke to you all morning. Welcome to a day in the life of me. I haven't spoke because obviously I was at home getting ready. I'm hoping the mics are working and you can hear me. I am on green, so that's good. The plan of action this morning is to do some pole work, which I will bring you along for. First of all, I need to feed the beast and set said poles up. Try and get as much of the jobs done this morning before work, which is always so much harder when you've got to film as well, so hopefully this will work. And if not, we will finish them off this evening. First things first, feed Boo and carrot both the ponies. Right, well, good morning, you two. Both okay? Carrot? Carrot eats. There we go. Let's get Boo's breakfast going. Right, whilst his lordship's breakfast is soaking, I'm going to go and set some poles up in the sand school, which he will probably stand here impatiently about.
I'm a big lover of pole work, but it can be really tricky to come up with different patterns and things to do with them in the school. That's why I use the Fancy Footwork Polework Patterns app, which lets you select how many poles you want to use or what you want to focus on. And once it has your design set up, it also shows you the different lines you can ride and why you ride them. For only £3.99 you can have so many different pole setups, and it also has a random generator if you can't decide what you want to do at all, and let the app choose for you.
Clearly I was a lazy horse owner last night and didn't tip my wheelbarrow, but should be fine. You can normally get a couple of days worth in one barrow. Get his brekkie. First, let's pick out his chores. So I am trying to get myself into a better habit of picking his feet out in the stable, just because it makes sweeping the yard that so much easier. And obviously I've not actually mucked out yet, so I may as well do it now before I've mucked out. Yes, even though you're grumpy because you just want your breakfast that's outside, which I do feel a bit mean about. But please. Now, every morning we fight over this 1 foot. Good boy. You can come out and have your brekkie. You coming? Morning, lady. Covered himself in all bedding and mud yesterday. Bedding his nose. I won't lie, you get a bit of blood over it with all this. But it is still a brush off just to check there's no lumps or bumps anywhere. Check if the legs for any heat. Oh, cold.
to decide. Do I put the gilet on instead of this jumper? Well, I'm afraid you guys are going to have to deal with baggy jumpers and loose hair.
So this was editing Alicia coming to you because clearly recording Alicia didn't realise that her microphone had died. Hence the previous recordings and the lack of proper quality audio you could hear. So as you'd seen, the plan of this ride was to have a session over the poles and work on straightness and just a bit of rhythm, just getting back into work really. As we haven't done pole work for quite a while, I was quite excited to have another play over the poles. But as you'll see as we get going, the session didn't really go to plan. For now, I'll leave you to watch and understand what I mean by that, and I'll be back later to explain what I actually ended up doing. So as you'll see, for some reason, that bottom corner of the arena was incredibly scary for Boo. The only thing I can think it could be is the fact that there was a wheelbarrow in the field that isn't normally there, and I'd like to think that now we were past that corner once, everything was going to be okay, but sadly not. It became a bit of a highlight and a bit of a topic for pretty much the whole ride. Now, I couldn't obviously ignore that corner, I had to try and crack on and get something done with him, so we changed the rein, spent a lot of time in walk this morning just to see if he'd eventually settle, but he knew that corner was coming and whatever he was looking at was there still. No matter where we were, even the top end of the school, I don't think I could have stayed up there because he was still eyeing it up the whole time. But once we'd regained some sort of coolness to a degree, I thought, well, let's just give this a shot and see what sort of work we're going to get out of him. annoyingly, it would look like my microphone has run out of charge. So I don't actually know if you could hear much of me talking when I was riding then. But to be frank, that was probably one of the worst schooling sessions I think I've ever had. I don't actually think I've ever had a schooling session where he was like that. So that's a shame. Not really what I want to show you, but as horses, it is, or it has been 20 minutes, which I didn't think I'd been riding for that long, but hey ho. Come here. Right, time to get him stripped, get him out, finish some jobs, and get to work. Go on then. At least it gets those legs lifted. What a beautiful morning. Right, so he's out. The fencer is on. It's about 5 to 8 now. All I need to do is tidy his tack away. It's Edie saying good morning. Sweep the yard, and then I can head off to work. This evening I'll do his hay, clean his buckets, put the poles away, and then get him in for the night, is the plan of action. This is going to be an absolutely atrocious angle. I've left the tripod downstairs. I'm actually quite deflated by that session, and I was really looking forward to doing some pole work. I haven't done any proper pole sessions for quite a while, even though we need to. Yeah, that sucks a little bit, but there's not much I can do now. I'm half tempted to leave the poles out tonight and just see if I can go over them again tomorrow and see if it's any better. Speak to the other guys later at the yard and see what they've got on first and go from there. But on the positive, I'm on time. I'm not running late yet, which I normally am when I'm not filming, so it's quite a big thing. Probably shouldn't speak too soon because I'm not done yet. Right, let's go to the yard.
Thank you.
Well, just arrived at work. Need to open all the blinds, turn the lights on, and then first things first is stack some shelves and get some orders in. How much I'll be able to show you, I don't know. The colour difference. Which tea would you drink? Cheers. Oh God. Right, here we go. Get all these curtains shut for the evening. I pulled the wrong one. Damn it. Oh, I tripped over the saddle. Oh God. I'm not skinny enough for this. Oops. Shut the door. And now the end is near. And so we close the final curtain. Well, good evening and welcome back to my tack room. It is now the evening. It's dark outside. I finished work. Got luckily no one's got any lessons till tomorrow evening, so I'm actually going to leave the poles out tonight and try again tomorrow morning. But as I pre-make his feeds up, it's already ready. I just need to soak and mix it. I can give you a little briefing of what Boo is fed. So he pretty much gets the same morning and evening. He's on the Blue Chip Dynamic Joint and Bone Supplement pellets, the Blue Chip Senior Plus Balancer pellets as well, and then we are just finishing a bag of Fibre Beat, and we are now trying Fast Fibre because it's cheaper and it soaks a lot quicker. If you followed our Instagram, you'll see that Boo doesn't like it when I soak his feeds overnight. It has to be freshly soaked, so waiting for Fast Fibre to soak for 45 minutes sucks. And admittedly, he won't even eat it then. It has to be like a 20-minute soak and then he will. He likes it like a soup, a little bit splodgy. So yeah, he also has a handful of the Denji Performance Fibre, which has got alfalfa in, which will substitute for the Fast Fibre, because that had... No, hang on. The Fast Fibre is straw-based. The Fibre Beat was alfalfa-based, so it's a substitute for no longer having alfalfa in that beat. He has it from the chaff, basically, if that makes sense. I'm not a feed person. Very fascinating, but I'm not there yet. Miles from it. So yeah, I need to soak his feed, get him some hay for the night, and bring him in and just check his legs over, basically. So let's go do it. Now, you guys ain't going to be able to see much, but just before I turn him, or bring him in, take off his booties, take off all his legs. He has got a stable rug, but I'm lazy, so he doesn't wear it. But he does wear it sometimes. Tonight is not that night. And there you have it. Tucking into his tea, aren't you? Dribbling it everywhere. But he's in and sorted for the night. All that's left to do now is for me to go home, have some dinner, shower and go to bed. Not much to do. My life is pretty much horse work, horse bed. And I'm sure many of you can relate. If you've watched this far, thank you very much. Make sure you leave a comment down below, subscribe, like the video if you liked it. If not, don't tell me. And make sure you're following us on Instagram once in a blue moon, so you can see all or more daily updates, and hopefully I'll now be back in the swing of things with YouTube. Over and out.